So, what is going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with my X-SABER deck profile post-Invasion Vengeance. You guys have been asking me so much, Sam, where's your deck list of this deck? And you know what, since the release of Invasion of Vengeance, do you have an updated list for us? And my answer is yes, and it's so sorry guys that it took me quite some time to give you guys this list. It was because I've been playtesting the deck, and you know, throughout playtesting, I believe that this version is the best list for me, and I'll explain to you guys all my card choices as I progress to the deck profile. So without further ado guys, let's get started. And by the way guys, if you guys do not know, I have a 50,000 subscriber contest in the description box below. Make sure you guys enter it. You guys, you know, have a long time to enter. So you guys can win, what is it called? A Comic-Con playmat. So many good stuff there. Make sure you guys enter my 50,000 subscriber contest in the description box below. So without further ado, guys, let's get started with this deck. And you know what? Since the release of Saber Reflection, this card is actually very, very good in this deck. And I'll explain to you guys its functionality and the way it works in the deck. So without further ado, let's get started. So start with the monsters real quick, guys. I'll go through the monsters really quick because most of these monsters are basically like a generic lineup for X-SABERs, and this is the same monster lineup that I've been using for quite some time throughout all my X-SABER deck profiles. So it hasn't really changed much, except but right now I do play double partial because it works really, really well with Saber Reflection. This card is just so good. So double partial really great. It's a warrior. It's searchable off Rhoda. Double Fulham Knight, really amazing as well. You know, it negates one attack during the battle phase, which is really, really great. And also, if he destroys a defense position monster by battle, you can select one level 4 lower X-SABER monster from your graveyard and special summon it, which is pretty cool too. So Fall Knight is really great. Triple Dark Soul, you guys all know how broken Dark Soul is. Back in the day, this card was so broken that they had to errata it. You know, for those of you OG players of X-SABERs out there, X-SABER Dark Soul has the effect, it's like a Skarm. So basically, if he's in graveyard during the end phase, you basically get to search a, what is it called, X-SABER monster from your deck to your hand. It doesn't have a level restriction. You can search any X-SABER monster from your deck to your hand. Back in the day, depending on how many times one X-SABER Dark Soul goes to the graveyard, you get that multiple searches. So let's say you abuse one X-SABER Dark Soul in one turn. Let's say you use three Dark Soul in one turn, like, you know, one copy of it, and it went to the graveyard 3 times, you revived it, and just keep recycling it back. You can search up to like 3 times if this card touched the graveyard 3 times. So, which is really, really broken, so that's why they had to errata it back in the day. And then, you know, once it hit the graveyard, only one physical copy will activate. So if this it doesn't matter how many times this card touches the grave, only its effect will activate 1 time, unless you have multiple copies of Dark Soul in the graveyard that went to the grave that turn, which is really, really awesome. But nonetheless, this card is really amazing. Helps you make the Tree Beast with, of course, X-SABER Partial, which is really, really great. So X-SABER Dark Soul is really great. The next, of course, Triple Ember's Blade card is really amazing. I believe that this card is a really great floater in the deck. I believe that this card and its functionality is really, really good because, you know, if it's destroyed by battle, you can special summon any X-SABER monster for your deck, and which is really great. So, you know, if you have no other plays, you can basically set this card and just hope your opponent attacks, and then special summon you know, like Dark Soul or Partial from your deck, and then, or you can even combo it off with X-SABER Ember's Blade with Saber Reflection, which is really, really good. And this card also makes what is it called, your Saber Holes live, which is amazing because if this card is destroyed, you're always guaranteed to have a what is it called, X-SABER monster on the field to make cards like Gothams and your Saber Holes live, which is really, really great. So of course, Ember's Blade is really amazing. One Ragagura, which is great. I'll explain to you guys a crazy hand loop combo Ragagura, you know, throughout the end of the video. But this card is absolutely the nut. This card is really, really amazing because, you know what, if this card is normal summon and special summon, you basically get to recycle X-SABER monster from your graveyard to your hand right away, and it doesn't have a once per turn effect, which is really great. So you can do a hand loop with Ragagura, and I'll showcase you guys that hand loop near the end of the video, which is really, really good. So one Ragagura, really great. Triple Bogart Knight, you know, your 10 goldfish of the deck, basically unclogs your hand, which is really, really good. The only downside about him is that you can only make X-SABER synchro monsters. Last but not least, the best X-SABER monster in the deck is Triple X-SABER Full Roll. This card is really amazing. Basically helps you extend your combo plays and just adds a lot of pressure on the board, which is really, really great. So this card is really, really phenomenal. Must play Triple X-SABER Fault Roll. Really, really standard. So that's pretty much it for the monster lineup, guys. Let's go off to our spells real quick. Off to our spells, the new card that just came out, Triple X-SABER's Reflection. This card is phenomenal. It's really, really broken, especially for X-SABERs. If you guys don't know what X-SABER Reflection does, basically when you take battle or an effect damage while you control an X-SABER monster, gain life points equal to the damage you took, and if you do, inflict the same amount of damage to your opponent. And the really good thing about the way it works is that it actually triggers off with Partial. So if Partial affects, you know, deals 1,000 to you, you can change Saber Reflect to basically deal 1,000 to your opponent, and then search any X-SABER spawn trap card from your deck to your hand, which is really, really powerful. So that way, that now we have an accessibility to search searching Gotham's emergency call, which is really, really phenomenal. So Saber Reflection is just so good. And what you can do is that, you know, there was time, you know, where you can attack into a big monster, and let's say your opponent are like is like you know, down in life by like, you know, let's say 2,500. You can basically summon the partial attack. They're probably gonna be like, you know, like, what the hell, why is he attacking to me? You know what I mean? You know, attack your opponent, and then, you know, what you do is that you'll deal 2,500 100 to you. Let's say you're attacking a 2,500 monster, you'll deal 2,400 to you, and then you can activate Saber Reflection. You gain back that 2,400, and then your opponent will lose 2,400. Then you get to search a Gotham's emergency call, which is really, really great. So you can potentially actually one hit OTK your opponent with this card, depending on the attack of the monster that you're attacking, which is really, really great, especially with monster that does piercing damage. You know, to partial. Partial has 0 defense. So what you can basically do is that if your opponent has Aura Hulk, right? You know, against the Metaphor matchup, what you can do is that once the Aura Hulk attacks the partial, you can activate Saber's Reflection and then deal 5,800 to your opponent, which is absolutely crazy. So Saber Reflection is really, really good for that, and it searches out all your you know, X-SABER spawn trap card from your deck to hand, which is really, really amazing. I believe that this card is you know, right to play at 3, but you know, I actually would usually side one out, but you know, at least 2 to 3 copies is definitely the right number for this deck. So Saber Reflection is just really, really good. You know, and last but not least, you know, of course, 10 key to search out your Boulder Knight. Really standard. Next, off to your non-X-SABER spawn traps. 1 Rhoda. You know, it can search out your Fallen Knight and also your what's it called? Your partials. Soul Charge, Skill Charge, like one of the best cards in the game right now. It's at 1 for a reason. It's really good in this deck. 1 instant fusion, brings out Norden, helps you make rank 4 plays, and also helps you make instant level 6 synchros. 1 Regeki, clears board, which is really, really amazing. And last but not least, I do play double Mystical Haze Typhoon. I felt like Mystical Haze Typhoon is definitely more viable than Twin Twisters in this deck, but if you guys do not want to play MSTs, you guys can take it out for Twin Twisters. But I believe that you need all the resources in your hand, so I believe that MSTs is way more viable in this current situation. And you also got Hunley, so which clears out most of the back row anyways. Let's go off to your you know, spawn traps. Your traps, I mean, let's go off to Gotham's emergency call. Really phenomenal. This card is like what is it? Your double S sword technique, 4 X-SABERs, which is really, really nice. If you face some X-SABER monsters on the field, target 2 X-SABER monsters in your graveyard, special summon it, special summon both side to your side of the field, which is really, really great. So Gotham's emergency call is definitely a must-have in this deck, and it is now searchable off X-SABER's Reflection, which is really great. Of course, 1 Saber Hole. The reason why I only play 1 Saber Hole is because I do play Solemn Strikes in the deck, and it's also really, really good to have a search option other than Gotham's Call if you already have it in your hand to search off X-SABER's Reflection, which is really, really great. And by the way, guys, Saber Reflection can search itself. So let's say you have a partial, you can basically attack, you know, do damage to your opponent, search another copy, next turn, do the same thing, and hopefully just OTK your opponent. So that's another cool combos that you can do. So Saber Hole, really, really great. That's pretty much it for your X-SABER spawn traps. Let's go off to our other traps. So of course, 1 Call the Haunted. I feel like this card is a combo extender. If you have Call the Haunted and Gotham's, you basically make this card live, which is really, really good. Call the Haunted brings back you know, a monster from the grave, which is really great. Making Gotham's emergency call live, just in case if you don't have an X-SABER monster on the field. So Call the Haunted is really good, and it's also a combo extender of the deck, which is really, really amazing. So 1 Call the Haunted, Vanity's Emptiness, double Solemn Strikes, 1 Solemn Warning, double Quaking Mirror Force, really good. One of the greatest you know, battle traps in this game so far, really great. And the reason why I play this card is because it can actually make Full Hum live, because if Full Hum destroys a defense position monster by battle and sends to the graveyard, you basically special summon a you know, level 4 lower X-SABER monster from your grave, which is really, really great. So Quaking is really, really good. And last but not least, you play 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. I'm actually debating whether or not to play Bottomless or Trench or Tribute. You know, at this point, it goes both ways. You guys can either play Trench or Bottomless. I might cut this out for Trench or Tribute because I believe that's just way better, and it can also trigger out your Dark Souls, which is really, really great. So 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. Let's go off to your side deck. Side deck is always up to personal preference, but this is what I play so far for my side deck. Triple Anti-Spell for Pendulums, double Maxi, double Gamma Seal, triple D Barrier, really, really amazing. Double Dark Hole for your Dark Lord matchups, and of course, triple Systems Down for ABCs. Side deck's always up to personal preference, guys. I always tell you that. Let's go off to your extra deck real quick. 1 X-SABER Gotham's, really great. The hand loop, I'll showcase you guys right now. 1 Trish, double Heianlei, one Nat Beast, not Nat Beast, one Barkion, one Nat Beast, one YUGIOH, starters, Spark Dragon, Scrap Dragon, really good. No level 7s because you can't make level 7s in this deck because Bogart, you know, restricts you from making level 7, you know, Bogart restricts you from making anything other than X-SABER monsters, and, you know, Souza is just really bad, so I don't want to play Souza in the extra deck. It's a really bad card, so no room for level 7s. So one Legasso Emerald, you know, the Utopia package, Castell, M7, the best rank 6, oh my god, and last but not least, one Norden. This is pretty much it for the extra deck, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and about the extra deck. The extra deck space is really tight. You guys can play whatever you guys want up to personal preference, but this extra deck is working well for me so far. So now let's go off to the amazing hand loop combo with X-SABER Gothams. Let's get started, guys. Alright guys, so the hand loop combo requires you to have, of course, a Regura in your hand, a Bogart Knight, and an X-SABER Faltro, and in your graveyard you need to have at least a Faltro or and a partial, or if you have this in hand and like this in grave, it's really good. So this combo is a really fun combo that you guys can do, and especially works during mid or late game because you're probably gonna have these two cards in your graveyard anyways, and all you need is basically Bogart Knight, Regura, which is both searchable off Dark Soul, and also Tenki and Rhoda as well. Well, Tenki, and this card is searchable off Dark Soul, which is really great. So this is what you guys do. Okay, so you want to normal summon Bogart Knight, activate Bogart Knight's effect, special summon of course the Regura. Regura will activate, putting back your fault roll in your hand. Okay, now what you want to do at this point is you want to special summon the fault roll, and then you want to activate Fault Roll's effect to special summon the partial from your graveyard. So this is your graveyard right now, which is really good. This is your board right now, no cards in the grave. Now what you want to do is you want to synchro these two, okay, right here. Put the grave right there. Oh, the glare is real, guys. Into, of course, Heianle. Okay, and at this point, what you want to do is pop the back rows, clear the back rows and everything, which is really good. Now, what you want to do at this point is that since you have the other fault row in your hand, you want to special summon the other fault row. This fault row is already used, this is not used because you just recently special summoned it. Now, what you're gonna do is you want to overlay the used one with fault, you know, these two into M7. And what you do at this point is you want to activate M7's effect, detach the fault row, okay, to the graveyard, add the fault roll back to your hand. Now what you want to do is you want to activate fault roll's effect, special summon of course the partial, okay, and now you want to special summon the fifth fault roll, the second fault roll from your hand like this. So now this is your board right here. So you have a double fault roll, you know, partial, partial, and of course a Regura on the board. Really awesome. Alright guys, so what you guys want to do at this point is you want to synchro summon using the Regura partial and the already used fault roll that brought back partial to the graveyard to bring out, of course, your X-SABER Gothams right here. So this is your graveyard now, and this is your board, and this is not used yet, okay? So now what you want to do at this point is that you want to activate this fault roll's effect to special summon the Regura, okay, from the graveyard. Now since Regura is special summoned from the grave, you add back the fault roll to your hand, okay? And now you have that one card partial in your graveyard, and this is your board right here, which is really great. And now this is when the madness and the loop happens, okay? So now this is your, your board. You have the fault roll in hand. Since you have two or more X-SABER monsters, boom, especially with the fault roll from your hand. Really great. So now you have a full board of 5 again. This is already used. What you want to do is activate Gotham's effect. Okay, you tribute off the fault roll. Okay, which is really important. You tribute off the fault roll. So let's say your opponent has 5 cards in hand. Okay, so this is their 5 cards. I'll put their 5 cards right here. 4, 5. Okay, so that's their 5 cards right there. Okay, so you want to tribute off the fault roll by using, Gotham's effect to nuke a card out. So boop, that's one card gone. Later, have a good day, sayonara. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you want to activate Gotham's effect again to tribute off the Regura, okay, to nuke another card. So now that's that card is gone. Now what you're gonna do is you want to activate, of course, fault roll's effect now to recycle back the Regura. Especially with the Regura, this one is the one that just freshly special summoned, and now since it's already used, this is already used, you special summon the Regura. Now you want to activate Regura's effect, add the fault roll to your hand again, special summon the fault roll, and then repeat. Now you want to activate this effect, send it to the graveyard, nuke a card into the hand. That's 3 cards. Okay, now you want to activate Gotham's effect, put this card to the graveyard, boom, nuke a card out, activate fault roll's effect, boom, again, Regura, add to hand, special, activate Gotham's, tribute, nuke, and you know what, if your opponent max sees you, unless they don't draw into Veiler, they still lose regardless, because you can constantly do this loop and just deck out your opponent, which is absolutely crazy. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. That'll be really amazing, guys. If you guys love more deck profiles, make sure you guys leave feedback in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this deck and what deck profile you guys want me to do next? And make sure you guys smash the 500 plus likes. It really means a lot, guys. Let's aim 500 plus likes, guys. You guys are really awesome. And yeah, guys, more deck profiles is coming really soon. I'm planning to do a lot of updates on the current deck profiles that I already have. And yeah, guys, stay tuned for more videos. Stay up to date with, of course, my episodes of my pack openings every single day and giveaways every day till Christmas. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, this is Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright, guys, peace.